You are listening to the Boss Experience Podcast, a podcast with conversations about business growth, self-development, and maintaining a mindset to achieve business success. My name is Michelle Davis, and I am a business strategist and coach, and I am your host. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Boss Experience Podcast. My name is Michelle Davis, and I'm your host. New episodes of the Boss Experience Podcast will return in June 2023. So today I'm sharing a bonus episode with you. In this bonus episode, I'm sharing a presentation I did with a group of entrepreneurs around what I consider to be one of the most underutilized marketing tools that you can use to grow your business, and that's podcasting. And so this is a rather long presentation, so I'm going to be sharing it in 3 parts over the next few weeks. In today's episode, I'm sharing why podcasting is a great tool to grow your business. And in next week's episode, I'm sharing how to start your own podcast. And finally, in week 3, I'll share the Q&A from the entrepreneurs that attended the presentation. So with that being said, enjoy the episode. Hey, if you're enjoying this episode and you know you're ready to take that next step to finally become a professional service provider on your own terms, I want you to consider working with me. When you work with me, I help you start your business the right way from the beginning so you can generate the revenue you desire doing what you love. So head over to CEOBlueprintAcademy.com. That's CEOBlueprintAcademy.com to check out the ways you can work with me to get set up for business success right from the start. That's CEOBlueprintAcademy.com. Okay, back to the show.
All right, Ms. Michelle, it's yours.
Awesome. So first thing I want to do is just thank you, Tanya. I'm so glad that we connected. I think it was through Facebook, and we've just been moving and grooving ever since. As Tanya mentioned, my name is Michelle Davis, and I am host of the Boss Experience Podcast, available on all the major podcast platforms. And I'm also a business coach helping career professionals turn their expertise into a profitable online business. So I work with people who are looking for what's next in their life, and they need to navigate the online world, and they need to build out a coaching program, consulting program, or agency style company, and finally monetize their own expertise. So my motivation for starting the Boss Experience Podcast is, it started off as like, I think I want to start a podcast. And I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, okay, where do I start? And then I kind of like left it for about a year. And then I eventually kind of came back to it. But I found a group of people that were starting podcasts, and I actually got a coach. I invested in just kind of learning the basics of starting a podcast, because I was like, oh, this looks easy, but something tells me this isn't so easy to just get on the mic and just start talking. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to have brand exposure. I wanted to expand my brand into other areas. I was a business coach first, and then the podcasting came later. So I wanted to expand my brand out into other platforms, because as you know, on Facebook, Instagram, we're looking at the same content all of the time, from the same people. You tend to see the same faces. So I wanted to bring something different and allow my audience and my followers to get a different glimpse of who I was as a business coach. And that was really my motivation for starting. As of today, I have 65 episodes loaded. By the end of season 4, I'll have 74 episodes loaded. My goal is to share with you what I've learned through those 65 episodes. Actually, it's 74 that are totally recorded. They're just all set to launch. And the thing that I learned is that you have a lot of people who want to start, but they don't really finish. They don't get into it. They abandon podcasting. It looks easier than it is, but it is simple enough with a plan. So, I don't want to discourage anyone from taking advantage of the opportunity of podcasting. And you got to think about it. It's a low investment to start when you think about it, because you're paying for just the, equipment, your distribution platform, And, you're investing in, whether you're going to use like a Zoom or some other form of recording. So it's pretty low cost to start. And you have to think of it really, if you're going to use it for business, it's a tool. It's a marketing tool, and it's a fairly cheap one, as opposed to running Facebook ads or hopping on social media, every day with a new post or reel. And it gives you authority in the space. Unlike a 60-second reel, a 30-second reel, a 90-second reel, people get to hear what you have to say with a podcast, and they get to know you better. And the thing about your potential clients getting to know you better is we all know that people do business with people they can see, know, like, and trust. And so when they hear you speak, they get a sense of, hey, this guy or this young lady knows what she's talking about. And so that is what podcasting allows you to do. And also it can be monetized, depending on what your goals are. The thing I wanted to do with the Boss Experience podcast is when I looked at like all the different business podcasts, everyone's talking about, different ways to make money. Everyone was talking about, how to get that next sale. Everyone's talking about marketing and this and that. And I talk about those things too. But the one thing that no one was talking about in relation to entrepreneurs is talking about the full boss experience. And when I say the full boss experience, coming into entrepreneurship, we come in with baggage, right? We're coming in with baggage from our job, the toxic workplace we may be working at that we're trying to leave, and hoping that our business replaces that 9 to 5. So we're coming in with a lot of stuff. And so I get into all of that because if you experience something before entrepreneurship, of course, you're going to experience, once you're an entrepreneur too. For example, if I struggled with anxiety before I started my business, imagine my anxiety when I don't get the sales that I want to get, when I'm not getting the clients I want to get. So, the boss experience is not just about the marketing and sales, it's about the entire experience and how to manage your business and how to manage you, everything that goes with it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Boss Experience podcast. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and I hope you came away from that episode with a lot to reflect on. And just as a reminder, you can always visit CEOBlueprintAcademy.com to see how you can work with me. So with that being said, that concludes this episode. Thank you once again for tuning in. And I can't wait for you to tune in to another episode of the Boss Experience podcast. Take care and be well. Thank you for tuning in to the Boss Experience podcast. Don't forget to leave a review for this episode and tune in next time.